All right, folks, Happy New Year's to you. Quite very obviously, January 1st. It's about 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon. I got to shoot you straight. I didn't know what to do with myself this afternoon. I really didn't have any lingering jobs. It is New Year's. That barely means anything, but I guess it kind of does. It kind of feels like we'll call it a lazy day Sunday. And in fact, I have no shame in telling you, my little lunch break today was about an hour and a half. 30 minutes of that was a cat nap, and oh man, that feel good. And you're staring at a man that was in bed by 9:55 p.m. last night. What's the world coming to? So, I'm not one for heavily having a stockpile of high moisture feed broken apart and sitting there at the farm waiting to be fed out. The reason I say that is after this load here, I'm probably going to have about 20 bales just sitting there. 20 bales takes me 10 days to get rid of. Remember, 2 high moisture a day to the cows. But we've got some fantastic weather on the horizon here. The next 15 days is unbelievable. I'm pretty sure you can see the homestead farmstead there in the background. The feed won't spoil, not in these temperatures. In fact, what's more hurtful is having a whole bunch of broken apart silage bales, with open ends, the product is showing, and it being well below zero. They freeze up like a damn icicle versus staying in that line. It's pretty neat how that works. So anyway, got to bide by my time somehow or another. There's no such thing as an afternoon sitting down watching Netflix or whatever you cool kids are doing these days. I don't know. So yeah, decided to get a load of sorghum. Absolute beautiful day today. There's a heavy moisture in the air. I don't know how to explain it to you, but we have no snow on the radar. And as you can see, we're pretty late with our snowfall yet this year. Don't worry, we got it coming. I don't know if you can see the background or the tops of the hardwoods there. That's absolutely picture perfect. It's that moisture in the air that's still frozen to, the limbs and whatnot. That's pretty neat. I think there's something wrong if you're not enjoying your surroundings. All right, let's talk about sorghum. This is the second crop row that only yielded 51 bales. I'm actually pretty stinking happy that I even got a second crop. And then, of course, behind that is what I've been grabbing off of. This line was it 176? 176 bales off the first crop. There might be, it surpasses this one. I don't know. There's under 100. Under 100 bales here of sorghum on first crop left. But the grave reality is that I might not be putting sorghum in the ground this year. I have, and things can change, full intentions of putting this entire field, which is about 19 acres, into corn silage. And a lot of what I'm saying right now belongs on this feed inventory video that I cannot do this evening, but maybe tomorrow evening we'll do it. We'll see what happens. I want to fill the silos. In particular, I want to chuck full fill the 16-footer, and then of course, fill up to as high as I can the 18-foot diameter as well, for certain variable reasons. And most importantly, I don't have any other ground that I own or operate by way of lease that I'm willing to till up just yet. I'm still getting a fantastic hay crop full of nutrition off all these fields. I do know what field is next to be heavily tilled. but I don't see that happening for 2 more years. And like I said, I have full intentions of putting this into corn. Things can change. I almost can't even fathom not putting in sorghum. You know, I started this sorghum venture, what's it been, 3 years ago. I had a lot of people laugh at me too. This is new-ish up here. Well, I can't fathom not putting sorghum in because it's treated me so gosh darn well. But we'll see what happens. There's a method for a madness, and we'll see how the year plays out here in the next few months. And then no bones about it. Guaranteed decisions are going to be made. It all hinges on a few things. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm just like everybody else. It's New Year's today. Not to be dramatic on you, I think this is healthy. Today's a day to reflect on this year. Certain things you want to accomplish, goals that you have. In my case, of course, comes with the farm and other doings off the farm that need to be held just as important. I have a lot of goals, wants, wishes, and things that I want to accomplish, and you know, dates to be met by. And this, my goals are pretty healthy this year. I dare say realistic, but we're gonna see what we can do, and I'll share them with you as time goes on. One of my biggest goals here was to quit chewing. I decided against that at 4:45 a.m. this morning. Some year, not this year. But you got to have goals. You got to have goals. They need to be put on paper. Meet them if it's realistic. I can tell you over half of mine have to be met. I'm big on the words have tos, not want tos. A lot of the things that I do, I don't want to do. I'm speaking very childish right now. They're have tos to continue on with growth and the well-being of the surroundings. So that's my 2 cents, and I'll share them with you as we go here throughout the year. A lot of them are happening within this spring and early summer. In fact, I had 2 very valuable conversations yesterday, but right now I'm going to keep them to myself. Okay, like I said, we're out here west of the barn. You might be able to see that little tree and rock line. That's the separation point to the grazing paddock system. And this is a beautiful 19-acre field. It went from sorghum to corn to sorghum. And the goal is corn this year. You can probably see my manure spreader line. I'm feeling plumb lazy today. I'm not walking over there. You know, manure's already been being spread for quite some time, and of course it started at the field line. And you can see where I'm at. Now, normally I wouldn't be this far this way with manure. Learned a lot of valuable lessons on that cultivator. A lot of this manure, I lied. I am feeling lazy today, and it's that damn nap I took. Oh, those things are beautiful, but they'll get you. Most of this manure, I'm going to say, is dry, predominantly dry. It comes out of the gutter system of the barn, the calves' pens. Well, cultivator hates that stuff. I can tell you that right now. So I'm spreading it thin. For any John Deere fans out there, the cab 6400 is married to the manure spreader. Until the snow gets too deep, I'll have to put the 6150 on there. And I'm running RPM speed at B4, which is quite fast for spreading manure, but All right, we come on a real weak spot here, real light. Yeah. But we're going to be bringing out here probably another 40 or 50 manure spreader loads of what I'm going to call wetter in nature manure in the spring. A lot of that's going to go over the top of this. All throughout the winter, we will be definitely, I mean, it's only January 1st, we'll definitely be abiding by the rest of this entire open field here. And we'll put the wet, soupy stuff on top of it in the spring. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful afternoon. Very nice mild temps. I don't know what the temperature is. I really didn't look before I did this video here. I'm gonna guess and assume it's about the most pleasant 25 or 26 degrees you've ever felt. This is basically my afternoon. That's about it. I don't feel too bad about it. A tradition was started multiple years ago. It's called Bloody Mary New Year's Day. You can't break traditions, can you? My very good neighbors and friends, we started that many years ago. I don't think we missed one for a while. Even if it's just to sit down for 1 hour, like after I'm done with chores or something like that, and put together some Bloody Marys. It's got to be Tito's vodka. That's a rule. And they've got a garden fit for a king and queen. And the canning that they do is almost ridiculous. And it's all garden fresh foods, you know, cans. And the tomato juice, why they haven't marketed their tomato juice is beyond me. It's worth $1 billion. So really looking forward to that. Just kind of bring the new year in. Simple pleasures in a not so simple life. Boo hoo hoo, huh? But yeah. Oh, she's dead quiet. Now this is a perfect day for a predator hunt. Go sit in the swamp somewhere and run one of those calls. Oh, this is a perfect day for that. Yeah. Continue to be very thrilled with the sorghum. I can tell you right now already that this is about guaranteed to be that hybrid. I know that's a hybrid. That's a guaranteed hybrid. Look at all that leaf matter. And actually, yeah, I think we're staring at a just that regular sorghum right here. What I'm getting at here, of course, I put that nice hybrid BMR this year, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I believe fully and solely that it was worth the extra money. It's double the price per bag. The product that you can get off of it, though, all that leaf matter and what the cows do to it, I'm going to say it's worth it. Because we're not talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars a bag here, it's worth it. But what happened was, and I forget what I started out with. Anyway, I ran out. 4 to 5 bags had to be gotten, proper English there, and planted in the middle. And you can tell very easily what is what. You can especially tell the next morning after you feed a bale. I mean, I think if you guys seen that in my last video from last night, that was that run-of-the-mill sorghum that we were looking at in the cow yard. And the difference is crazy. But I'll also say that it got away from me. I cut it a little bit too, it was a little bit too mature on that first cutting. Another lesson learned, but you do what you can do. You know, if you're running high and mighty on some other stuff, you just let it grow a little bit, and that's what I did. I won't be doing that again. Whenever I do sorghum again, and it might not be this year, I've already covered that. I can assure you that it'll be properly planned out where that first cutting is at 5 feet in height. And we're just absolutely hopeful that the second cutting, because that's all you're going to get up here, I'll argue with you all day long if I need to, you're only going to get 2 cuttings of sorghum up here. We're just hopeful that after a 5-foot cut on the first crop, that you're looking at 5 to 6 to almost 7 feet on a second crop, you know, before it before it browns up and freezes. So we'll see. A lot of things can change. Folks, I got to get my butt in gear here. Just want to stop in, say hello, say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay, having a good first day into the new year, and everything that you have planned and wishes and wants for this year. And I think there's a lot of people out here in this world today kind of doing this right here. And you're staring at one of them for multiple reasons. And ultimately, life is well. Things are good. Have to keep going on. Nose of the grindstone. Do what you can. That's all the information I have for you today. So anyway, we're going to get going here, and we're going to talk to you sooner than later. Have a good day.